Hello, hello. Welcome back to KirbKast. Today with us in the studio, we have Deejay Moises.
Yo, what's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got out of school.
Heck yeah, dude. What'd you guys learn today by chance?
Today we just mixing and just polishing our songs that we were working on today, or the songs that we were working on all month. So
I got you.
doing my thing.
Deejay Moises here is a RA, or otherwise known as a recording arts program. Gonna be the next thing to, record all the hottest artists out there.
Definitely.
So, DJ
Yes.
Moises, tell me about yourself, man. Who are you?
Man, my real name is Moises Blandon. I was born in Queens, New York. I was raised down in North Carolina. Aside from that, I'm a U.S. Navy veteran, and I'm going to Full Sail. I'm a DJ, producer, and sound engineer.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Veteran, huh?
Yes, sir.
I gotta say right off the bat, thank you for your support, man. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Definitely, thank you.
How long did you serve?
I did 4 years. 4 years in the Navy. It was, I mean, not to sound unpatriotic, but I just wanted to go in, get my benefits, do my thing, and get out.
That sounds smooth enough,
Yeah.
man. I can't agree with you. I know I got a cousin and his wife. They did the same thing. 4 years Navy, got out and started their lives.
Yeah.
I feel you. All right, so DJ Moises, let's go and talk about yourself a little more, man.
Definitely.
What exactly do you do musically?
Musically, almost everything. I write songs. I don't consider myself an artist. That's more therapeutic for me.
I got you.
I'm always making beats. I'm learning how to mix the songs properly. Aside from that, DJing, making mixes, and mixes like DJ sets, like 20-minute, 30-minute sets.
I got
Yeah.
you. All right. So do you have experience like playing like at shows or live
yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah. My official first actual party as a DJ, I had to be 16 years old. That was back in 2007.
All right.
And man, I was scared. I was so scared.
Oh yeah, everybody's first gig is always a bit bumpy.
Yeah.
You had the butterflies and
I
everything.
had the butterflies. It was a house party. It was a house party, and my friend, she was moving out, so the whole house was empty, and she asked me, and she's like, "Hey, aren't you a DJ?" And I was just practicing. I was still, practicing my vocals. So I was like, "No, I don't DJ." And
I mean, I dabble, but
I dabble, but no, I don't DJ. I don't even know who told you that. And and then she's like, "No, I remember you told me." And I was like, "Oh, I told you that." Like, "Oh, yeah." And then I did my thing. Everybody liked it, and I'm pretty sure if I look in retrospect, if I hear the stuff I was mixing back then, I was like, "What are you doing?" But back then, man, everyone liked it. So from there, I stuck with it.
So when your friend asked you to just, hey, play for my house party and all that, you were obviously a bit iffy, but
Yeah.
you got the gig right there.
Yeah, I was.
Was it a paying gig, or were you doing it for her?
It was a paying gig. It wasn't that much. I think I got $100 that night, which I was like,
All right.
yeah, it was cool.
How big was the party?
It was pretty big. It was a huge house. I mean, I'm not a mansion type, but
Right.
a nice, decent, probably 4-bedroom house.
I got you.
And it was all empty. So, man, it was like 3 different high schools in that house. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
And I was so scared.
Tell me, how did you do on that gig? How do you think you delivered?
I think I delivered great. I think the main thing that saved me was organization and music selection. I was playing for a very diverse crowd, a lot of Hispanics, a lot of Americans.
I got you.
So, but just the music selection was on point, and because back then I didn't have a laptop. This was my setup. This is so embarrassing.
Oh boy.
I had like a CD DJ, like a CD turntable.
All right.
But I just had one, so that was the left side.
Okay.
And I had my little two channel mixer, and then on the right side I had a DVD player. And the DVD player looked so cool because it had like blue LED lights.
Oh, okay. I got you. You show off for that.
And I was controlling that with the remote control, pausing and playing and trying to push play at the right moment. It was crazy.
So you had like the DVD, or you had the DVD player, but you had CDs playing in that bad boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
wow.
The way I organized the CDs, because if for my fellow DJs out there, you have to organize it by the beats per minute of the song, and how fast the song goes. So you could, when you mix it or blend it, actually, everything's on point, everything's synced up. And I didn't have like a sync, like an auto sync button or anything like that. So the way I organized it was by BPM, and it was CDs, but I burned them as MP3s, like where you could put like 300 songs on one CD or something like that.
Okay, all right.
So every file started off with the BPM, and man, that saved my day.
So like you would start pretty slow, I'm assuming, and then work your way. Like, what would your BPMs end on? You know, like your fastest thing.
120, 130.
Okay.
I mean,
all right.
If then like it's just like huge roller coaster. You start off slow, you know, everyone's talking, everyone's mingling, everyone's sober, so everyone's all tight.
Yeah.
And so you start off, you know, a little slow, and as the night goes on, you go up to like 130 BPM, and then you go take it back down a little bit. And it's just a roller coaster, you know, because if you think about it, like people, they're not going to be fist pumping all night. People get tired, you know, so that's why you got to read the crowd and just ride the wave.
From the previous people that we've interviewed on the show, that's a reoccurring thing that we talk about, is that, you know, it's all about reading the crowd, reading the vibe. You know, if you want to be a very good performer, you gotta understand what is everybody feeling, you know, especially how you said people are just mingling. They're sober, sober being a big deal. You know, people at that moment, they're going to probably listen to you a little bit, but they won't probably mind you as much. Right. Now, give it time, give it more.
Yeah.
You know, do you start with things like, for example, when you play, because you still play today, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when you play, I'm sure you do a bunch of stuff that people do know, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then do you add originals at all when you play?
Yes. Oh man, the first time I played like a original song or remix that I did. It wasn't an EDM. It was a reggaeton song that I remixed. So I had the acapella to like some Daddy Yankee song, and I added Jamaican and dance hall like beats and loops to it. So
sounds nasty.
It was pretty dope. But I remember I was so scared to play it because the crowd, it was so authentic. It was like 100% like Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, and
I see.
At this time, I'm just like it was at a hookah bar, and I think I was a senior, and everything was cool, and I just started doing remixes, so I was still learning. And man, I just went for it, and I was like with my fingers crossed, just trying to see that, like praying to God that
nobody turns around and goes, "What is this?"
Exactly, yeah.
What did you get a reaction out of the people at all?
Oh yeah, they loved it because I flipped it, like, so basically the song, it started off as regular, and then like when the chorus is about to drop, that's when I like flipped the song and put in like the heavy like reggae and dance hall beats to it. It was crazy. And
they loved it, huh?
They loved it.
How good of a feeling was that when you were like, I'm sure relieved was one of them?
Yeah, I was relieved. I was proud of myself. I was just thinking like, man, I can't believe these people. In mind you, I'm only 18, so these guys, they had to be like in their mid-20s and older, and they were rocking to original original, you know, music that I created.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool, man.
That's awesome, dude. Very good influence for that too, to push you to do what's next. That's awesome.
Definitely.
So you got plenty of experience playing live, and you know you produced. Do you produce often, or like is it like your main hobby?
Producing is definitely my main hobby. I'm actually working with an artist at Full Sail. I can't remember his artist name. I'm so sorry, but his real name is Joe, and he's from the Bronx.
Shout out to Joe.
Definitely shout out to Joe. He's from the Bronx, and I sent him a whole bunch of beats because right now it's such a hobby that I'm not worried about selling beats and trying to make money off the beats, because my main thing is mixing down the records and you know,
trying to master your craft at the moment. Okay.
So I sent him a few songs, and that's, you know, he's rapping on the beats, but I make beats almost all the time. Lately I haven't, though. I'm not even going front. I haven't. School has me crazy, but
oh yeah, people know by now about Full Sail that the schedule is crazy. What they do on us.
It is. It's ridiculous. But
we're learning 4 years of material in like 20 months.
Yeah, it's crazy. But the beats. I started off doing like chopped and sampled like hip hop, like up north type beats, like, And right now, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to shy away from that and just focus more on composing like original music. So I'm learning about chords, incorporating more just like modern features, modern sounds, and
trying to kind of stay up to date. Very
definitely. That's
a smart move. Everybody's you got to get that stuff down, especially being a DJ and a producer. Yeah. I'm a drummer myself, so I can only cover so much. Right. But definitely with you, definitely spin whatever's frequent and new. Yeah. People are gonna eat that up.
Exactly.
Very clever. All right, so let's talk about hometown. You said Queens, right?
Queens. I was born in Queens.
Tell me about Queens, bro.
I lived there for a little bit. I visit a lot. Queens, I love it. I love New York in general, but Queens is less. I mean, that's just where most of my family is at. So every single time I go visit, I know I don't go to the tourist spots. Just to say that I guess people will say the hood, but I tell them, oh, you should go to Queens or go to Jackson Heights, and they say I'm not trying to get shot. And I was like, it's not even that bad. It's not the '80s,
Yeah.
But Queens is cool. It's so the city in general is so diverse, but Queens. Man, you got it's like the blocks, like every few blocks you'll see something different. So
there's a little of everything there.
A little bit of everything, like literally. All right, so in a few blocks you'll have like all Mexicans and Central Americans, and the food is crazy. You got like taco shops, like taco stands. And
that'd be my favorite part.
Then you go a few more blocks down, and it's like South America. So it's like Peruvians and Colombians there.
Really?
Yes, and then so it's like that type of food, and then go a few blocks down and there's like Indian people there selling like dresses that like, for lack of a better term, I just call them dresses because I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, I got you. But that's Indian fashion and stuff.
To paint the picture, like I remember I saw one dress that was on display, and I swear to God, it looked like the dress that Princess Jasmine had on from Aladdin. It looked so cool.
Oh wow!
And they have that. And these little stores, the little bodegas or whatever you want to call them. Everyone's playing their own music.
So they're just these little holes in the wall stores and stuff, and they're just applying to their culture and just selling it like that. It's so diverse, man. That's awesome.
It's crazy.
I've wanted to go to New York for a long time. I still do. I've never gotten the chance.
Right.
But that's definitely on my places to go, before I pass.
Yeah.
And so you recommend I hit up Queens?
Queens, definitely. Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Boulevard, 83rd Street, to be exact.
That's where the party is,
That's where the party's at, yes.
All right, neat. So, tell some differences. I'm guessing the reason you came here to Orlando, Florida, actually, you said
North Carolina.
North Carolina. So, tell us about that.
North Carolina, man, I love it. It's such a peaceful area, and over the years, the city itself has been, the city of Raleigh, that's where I'm from, has been growing, and that same diversity that you get in the northern states, you're starting to get that down in North Carolina, down in Raleigh, down in Charlotte.
That's awesome.
And it's the same thing. You got Peruvian spots here and there, Colombian spots here and there, Dominicans, and a lot of Arabics. It's a great city.
So you've lived around that your whole life.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about, like different cultures and the diversity that you just, you've been surrounded by?
I love it because I like to nitpick everything I like from every culture. I remember when I was going to high school in Raleigh, there was this Indian girl, and she was listening to Punjabi music, and that's music from Indian. Indian music.
Yeah.
And I remember I heard something, and I was like, yo, you make me a CD of, like, the best Punjabi music that you have for me. And
you're going to work with it, huh?
Work with it, yeah. And to this day, like, I still have, like, some of those songs that it's just different, how can I say, like, diamonds in the rough that's, like, it's just there that people won't even think about it.
See, that's pretty smart, too. Using your strength to that. You got all these different types of people around you. Of course they're going to listen to a different type of music. They're bringing everything else different to the table, from dresses to food.
Yeah.
Of course, music.
Definitely.
Definitely being a DJ, pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
I got a friend that I'm going to try my best to get on for the next season, but he's from Egypt, and he brings that type of style. I don't even know what Egyptian music are called, but he's a producer and everything, and when he spins, he's playing this stuff I've never heard before.
Right.
but you can get behind it real fast.
Definitely.
Like, it makes you want to dance quick.
Yeah.
So I understand when you mean you want to find the diamonds in the rough. Pretty genius. So good on you for finding that type of style.
Appreciate that.
Where exactly, if you don't mind asking, some people don't like to tell their secrets, but what is your source of just finding, these remixes and what to use and play? Is it?
Oh yeah. As a DJ, like to find like edits or intros or remixes, I just use the different record pools. For those who don't know, the record pools is like this basically a site that you subscribe to and you get all types of songs, all types of music. Every record pool has their own, ups and downs. My main favorite, if I am using the record pool, is bpmsupreme.com.
BPM Supreme.
Yep, and they have a lot of they're based out in San Diego, and they have a lot of hip hop, EDM, like a lot of top 40. And it's not just a song; it's like different versions of the song basically. So you can have like the acapella, the instrumental, or for my DJs, you have like the intro version. It has like a good 8-bar intro of just the instrumental, and then it smooths into the actual song.
Oh, nice!
And that's perfect for DJs, so because they can just blend over that, don't have to worry about anything. It makes everything easy.
Nothing too crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Keep it easy and real smooth.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that. All right, so you've lived in Queens and North Carolina, Raleigh, right? Raleigh.
Yeah.
Basically your whole life, or from where you're growing up and stuff. Mm-hmm. How can you compare those towns and those cities to Orlando, Florida?
Honestly, I think Orlando is a little bit of both because it has the downtown Orlando has little city life.
Oh yeah.
And then you come out here to like Winter Park and like outside the city, and I feel like I'm in Raleigh. It's all the trees and everything. It's not too crazy. So it's a little bit of both of best worlds. Best of both worlds.
I got you. Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
But so it's not much of a difference. And of course, I think anybody, if they were in your shoes, you'd be okay with that, And it's just like, it's not exactly home, but you still have a good feeling. It doesn't rub you wrong. So awesome for that. Weather-wise, how does it differ from New York and all that?
Oh man, up north it's cold. It's already cold. Like I was talking to my sister. She lives in Brooklyn, and she was telling me that she's all bundled up already, and I'm outside, shorts and a shirt. Like today was the first time I wore like a thermal or a hoodie, So
yeah, it is getting a little cool around here. This will be like the first winter I think I'll be spending much, and it gets chilly. But from what I've asked locally or people who just been here long enough, it doesn't get much colder than the freaking 60s or stuff like that.
One thing I do gotta say that when I was in the Navy, I was stationed in San Diego, and I lived in San Diego for 3 years. And honestly, I feel like San Diego just spoiled me because the weather there is so beautiful that it has people tell me Orlando is all the weather, and I was like, Orlando is cool, but it's not San Diego.
Oh man, what does San Diego pull to you?
Man, San Diego is just sunny all the time. It's like the same temperature of Orlando, but without humidity and without rain or cloud. It's just always sunny. It's ridiculous.
I could definitely get used to that. I mean, nothing wrong with the winter. I mean, sometimes you need it,
Oh, it gets cold, but it's not it's like the same thing as Orlando. So it gets cold, but
chilly at most.
Exactly. One thing that bothers me about the weather here in Orlando is that it'll be such a beautiful day,
and then rain,
and then it'll rain, or even worse, it'll just be cloudy, and it's not even raining. So you're like, yo, make up your mind.
Right. You don't even know. You make plans, but if it starts just getting all cloudy, you don't know whether it can follow through with your plans or not. It's like, well, dude, it looks like it's about to rain. I know it isn't.
Right.
But the sky is messing with us, dude. I feel you, dude. There's been so many times where we've made plans and the rain just nope. you ain't doing that today. You gonna go play golf? No,
not
sorry. Go do something for the next 3 hours.
Yep.
And sometimes it's for 45 freaking minutes, but it'll be it's swamp enough around here to where the highway just gets backed up to hell.
Yeah.
So, you gotta live, pros and cons. You gotta live with a little bit of hell.
Yeah.
Overall, I like what Orlando's pushing.
Cool. It's cool.
I don't know if there's other places in Florida that, have it worse. Some people tell me that was it Cocoa Beach or something like that? I think they get a little it gets a little crappier because at the beach of being, of course. Yeah. Same with Orange Beach, I think. Is it Orange Beach in Florida? I forget.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, beaches. Yeah, they're gonna get crap weather regardless.
Definitely.
Cool. So, you like it here, huh?
Yeah, I love it here. It's cool, man. It's cool.
Good deal. So, music. Let's talk about it.
Let's get it.
Where does it come from, Moises? Where do you get the love and just the producing, the knack of it? Where do you get it from?
Honestly, I think I want to say my aunt and my mom. Growing up, they were always playing music, all types of music, and they were raised in New York as well. I think they came. I'm Peruvian, so I think my family came from Peru to New York. Like they had to be like in middle school, so they lived in the city. And so they were basically raised there. And growing up, I remember hearing all types of music from salsa to like merengue to hip hop, 80s freestyle music, and even reggae music. And imagine just growing up around that environment all the time, just that music, that diversity in music. And it's just stuck with me. And I think that's what really influences my music today, because it's like a little bit of everything.
Diversity.
Definitely. Diversity is a big thing.
It's always the best thing to do to raise your child around. It's just music, man.
Yeah.
You need music or else, what's the point of living, really?
Right.
So you said your mother and
my aunt.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the sisters, they put music on to you.
They
cool.
definitely did.
Does anyone in the family, are they a musician? Any other producers, singers, anything in the tree?
No, not really. My little brother, he raps every now and then, but it's nothing serious. It's like a hobby for him.
I got you.
Besides that, it's really just me, because my sister, she's more into like the medical field, and she's more like into practical things, and my little brother, he's just a hard worker.
Well, good for them, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just like, there's baby pictures of me. I'll send them to you. You could put them up on YouTube or whatever.
Okay.
It's like there's a baby picture of me playing with my aunt's 12-inch vinyls, and I'm just like have all these vinyls around me, and then there's another picture of me. I'm just like messing with the stereo. And back in the 90s, the stereos, they had like all types of like buttons. It looked so cool.
And you were memorized.
So I'm just like messing around with the knobs, and man, who would have thought?
Who would have thought that you're gonna take this serious?
Yeah, definitely.
Neat.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, definitely send me those stuff. We'll be able to put them in there for you. So the family, did they support you in what you want to do?
Oh yeah, they love it. And the thing is that I've been doing, I've shown interest in it for so long that it's just only right. Like they understand that this is what I'm doing, and I'm good at it too. So it's cool.
So yeah, well, good, man.
Yeah.
I got an interesting question for you. I'm glad your family has your back, but for something the basis of interesting, is there anybody that could be in the family or somebody, a friend or somebody that you know, but we all know that the music industry, it's a hard thing to make a living out of. Is there anybody out there that you've met or that doesn't support you, that they've told you to stop, and this isn't, I don't think you're right for this?
It was my grandma, my dad, and then like some other members of the family, but that's only because I think they thought that I was trying to be a singer or a rapper. But when I explained it to them, and mind you, these my family's like not all of them is like 100% Americanized.
Okay.
So my best like example to them was Emilio Estefan, and Emilio Estefan is the husband of Gloria Estefan. He's basically he was her producer and her engineer.
Okay.
And they won all types of Grammys, and so basically when I explained it to them, that's my example. It's like, think Emilio.
Okay. I will be behind the scenes,
right, behind the scenes. This is really technical.
You won't see me on the stage,
Exactly.
okay? And if you do, it'll probably have to be at a bar or something like that, all right? I just need some dough.
Yeah.
Okay. So were they able to like kind of get a grasp of what a producer is, I guess?
Yeah, I explained it to them. Especially with my grandma, that she's so forgetful. So every single time I see her, I tell her the same story. So it's like I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be recording the different musicians, mixing it, making it sound perfect, so that when you hear it on the radio, it sounds good. And it's like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah.
Pretty dope.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you need that support.
Definitely.
And, anybody that's big out there, granted, they'll see, like a lot of artists they've been pushed down, they've been told to give up and stuff, and they can also use that as, the drive that they need. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing wrong with having your family and your friends behind you. So it's kudos for you to having your support, bud.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So who is your favorite artist, DJ? I'm curious.
Man, my favorite artist.
Now, are you a favorites person, or do you have to have couples? Everybody's different.
Yeah, I don't have. I'm not just a one favorite type of person. I gotta have like couples and even like groups, and divide the groups into genres and divide the genres into like time periods.
I gotcha. Well, who could you share that you really really like?
When it comes to hip hop, I could tell you my top 5 right now, and my top 5 always changes. But right now, this is my top 5 rappers.
Hit me.
Nas.
Yes. We're already starting good.
Nas, Big L. Let's see. Yes, 2. Man, it's harder than I thought. Big Pun.
Big Pun. All right. I can dig.
Let's see who else. I'm trying to think. J. Cole.
Yeah, he's not bad. Yeah.
Where am I? That's 3, right?
That's 4 now.
Yeah, Nas. That's 4. Okay. So Nas, J. Cole, Big L, Big Pun, Jake. I already said that. Yeah. So
I got you.
I think who else?
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled. Man, let me tell you something about DJ Khaled. It was for so long I didn't understand what DJ Khaled, like what his role was.
Oh yeah.
And I saw DJ Khaled live at a club I was DJing at, and I'm like, and DJ Khaled had a DJ, and I was so confused. I was like, how does the DJ have a DJ?
He has the title, but he's not doing it. Exactly. He's not a disc jockey because there's one over there doing it.
And it was so crazy. So DJ Khaled was on stage in downtown Raleigh at this club called Tantra.
Did he have like a mic or something?
He had a mic, and he was basically doing his ad-libs and singing like the chorus, and that's it. So for a long time, I was like, man, forget DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled ain't a DJ.
Yeah, but once I did my research, and I saw that he started off as a DJ, and now he's more into mixing and executive producing. I was like, okay, he's in a different lane, and definitely I respect him. I respect the hustle, his grind. He's dope. I mess with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like his stuff, and especially with T-Pain. He does a good job.
It's crazy that there's a certain amount of people that they come out with these hits like constantly, and they know how to market it. And for everyone in the music business that's listening, marketing is a huge thing. Like,
oh yeah,
when it comes to the industry, think like 10% music, 90% business, marketing. Definitely.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure Full Sellers, they've put that upon you as well too, right? They beat that into you pretty good.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Cool. So you were speaking people of Nas, J. Cole, people like this. What makes them your favorite?
With J. Cole, man, it's just like he's like for me, I think of him as a modern day Nas. He raps about everything really, because I can't even say that he's only a conscious rapper, because he has his hit singles, but his albums is, it's not just trapping or girls or flashy, jewelry. It's a little bit of everything.
And Nas does the same thing too, in your opinion?
Nas, I'm gonna be honest, I love Nas because he's from Queens. Yeah. And I remember growing up, there was a battle between him and Jay-Z. Oh. And it was a huge thing, and it was so like the hip hop industry was just taking it so serious, because this was just a few years after the whole situation with Biggie and Tupac, and
right.
So everything was like, oh man, they're beefing. So everyone was all on edge, but they kept it, on wax. They kept it with just music, and Nas dropped Ether, and he ethered him, and that's it. So Nas is really lyrical. I mess with Nas.
I got you. So with Nas and these J. Coles, you like it that they're pretty, once again, using the word, they're pretty diverse with their subject matter. It's not just, for example, it doesn't have to be just about messing somebody up or just getting high all the time. Yeah. They can do just about anything, which is, in the rapping game, that is pretty good talent to have in the back pocket. Mm-hmm. Some people, for example, like DMX.
Yes.
I like DMX, but if DMX raps about, shopping at the mall, I don't think it's going to sound as hot as him stomping some people.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, good on them for getting that type of style in there. Is there anybody else that you're fond of? It doesn't have to be from the hip hop.
Oh yeah, definitely. I have a whole list, bro.
You don't have to throw it all at us.
Yeah, let's see. On the Latin side, there's I love salsa music. If there's any Hispanics listening, and salsa music is definitely. I grew up on that, so salsa music. Everyone who made any salsa music, like I love them.
I got a quick question. Speaking of like Hispanic type of styles, I've heard a lot of funny answers from this question. Basically I've been asking Hispanics and Latinos, but what is your opinion on Pitbull?
Pitbull, all right. I respect Pitbull because when he started off doing hip hop, and he was dope when he was rapping, but he switched up his lane because the money in the business wasn't right, and now he's making, and he's independent as well. So you always got to respect the grind. You got to respect the hustle. As a DJ, I love him because he gets the party started,
Oh yeah.
So as a DJ, I love him. Aside from that, that's basically it. He's more like of a party person, party artist, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has their own lane, and always respect someone's hustle. Definitely.
Okay. From the answers I've gotten, they've always either been comedic or just stuff like you. There's respect given.
Yeah, definitely.
A couple people have told me like, dude sold out, and I find his music annoying, and sometimes being Hispanic, I can get pretty pissed off at him enough. Dude doesn't use the Spanish like he used to. I've heard all those type of answers. So
you know what's crazy?
What?
If someone says, "Oh, he sold out," it's like, isn't that what he's supposed to do? He's supposed to make money.
I mean,
He's never came in as I'm gonna be the voice for the people. He did his thing and
just following his career.
He's doing his thing. I can't hate on that.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's you need money in your pocket.
Exactly.
You gotta make the deliveries to the banks.
And he has his own lane. He makes party records. Like I love him. Like, man, if a party's dead, put on a Pitbull song and you're good.
Pitbull will get it done.
Definitely.
All right. Well, throw a twist at you. Mm-hmm. Out of all the artists in the world, who do you not like the most?
Oh man.
Everybody's got that, band or artist, singer, somebody that just rubs them wrong. Like, turn that off. I don't know who it is, but they sing this song, Say What You Need to Say, that song, and what the Say What You Need to Say is repeated over and over. I don't know who writes that.
I don't know.
I'm not going to say Train, because I like Train, but I hate that song.
I think right now,
I don't like Biebs. Just gonna put that on the table.
Definitely. I'm trying to think. I can't remember. I don't even know his name because I don't even listen to his music like that. But the thing is, I think his name is Kodak Black. But the thing about Kodak Black is that I had a friend that he was raised down south, like deep down south here in Florida.
All right.
And he played some songs and he explained it to me, and it goes back to my whole point on Pitbull. It's like everybody has their own lane. Mm-hmm. So if you want to get ratchet, or you want to turn off, you're gonna listen to him. If you want to, be like serious and just think about society, you're gonna listen to J. Cole and listen to Nas. If you want to be at a party and you're Hispanic, they're gonna be playing Pitbull. Everyone has their own lane, and honestly, man, someone that I really don't like, I can't even. I have like my mentality is so different from like before I really got serious with music that I can't knock on anyone's hustle, to be honest. Kodak Black.
Kodak Black.
Yeah, just sum it up, Kodak Black.
I got you. Well, block the hate out, man.
Definitely.
Get that out of there for sure. And it's good to have these favorites too. Do you get a little bit of influence from them? Going back to your favorites.
Oh yeah. Influences definitely from Nas, especially with my not. I want to say the producer. We say Nas because he's the rapper, but
yeah, he's the face of it, of course.
But behind the scenes, man, I'm gonna tell you, DJ Premier, Pharrell,
yeah,
Timbaland, Dr. Dre.
I bet right now, you naming all the respectable pros.
David Guetta, a lot of like the EDM guys, Laid Back Luke. That's his name, right? Laid Back Luke.
It doesn't sound familiar, but these people, what do they all have in common that that you're so influenced with?
Well, every from the hip hop producers to Laid Back Luke, David Guetta to like the Spanish producers, Los de la NASA, that they're producers of reggaeton music, and DJ Playero, that he's like considered the godfather of starting the Latin hip hop, Spanish reggae music.
Okay.
All of them, they just have their own thing, their own style. Honestly, I think that's what it is. It's their own style that if I hear something, it's like, oh, okay, that's so and so, that's so and so, and I could definitely do that with DJ Premier. When I was listening to the soundtrack for Straight Outta Compton, and I heard that there was a DJ Premier track on that album. I was skipping through the songs, and as soon as I heard the song that he did, I was like, that has to be DJ Premier. And it's just everyone has their own signature style, and all that just is part of me because I'm so diverse with music. So that's why like diversity is today's subject.
For real, yeah. Okay. Pretty neat on it too. Just diversity of its own. It's just everybody likes having options,
right?
And
the thing about it is that I think that us as human beings, we're not feeling the same feeling 24/7.
Exactly.
So that goes back to Kodak Black, to Pitbull, to the different producers. It's like a little bit of everything for every emotion, every way. If you're feeling mad, you're gonna listen to something that's either gonna make you cry, that's gonna get you angry and be like, man, forget this. Mm-hmm. If you feel happy, you're gonna listen to "Happy" by Pharrell. I don't know.
For real. The thing is that like today's genres, the name of itself, I listen to rock, reggae, yes. I'm a hip hop. Genres today, the name themselves are just changing because it's just more about moods.
Exactly.
When I'm like I'm a heavy Spotify user, and sometimes if I don't want to listen to my own library, they do have genres on there, but I don't ever use them.
Yeah.
I'm always a mood guy, and they have like those mood columns and stuff, and they got stuff like for working out.
Yeah.
There's pissed. There's actually a pissed one, and just music's turning into moods. I mean, maybe it's always been like that,
but we just realizing it.
Yeah, like now it's coming to spotlight. It's just more about what are you feeling, and just like how it is with producing. And same with me. I'm a band guy. I've been in rock bands, jazz bands for years.
Nice.
At the end of the day, when we're performing, it's how we read the mood, how are we feeling the vibe. And that's how you deliver, and that's how people talk about you today.
Yeah.
So out of all these guys that we've talked about, if you could collaborate with one of them, if you could work with them, who would you love to work with?
Oh, man. Honestly, right now, I'm feeling DJ Playero. He is the...
Playero?
Playero. He is a reggaeton producer, and he's considered like a legend. Like, imagine him as like the... I don't even want to say DJ Premier because he started, like, Playero helped start the reggaeton movement, the music.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
He first recorded Daddy Yankee when, they were still living in the projects of Puerto Rico, so. And now that he's not really that active anymore, and he's just, doing a few shows here and there, to work with him would mean, man, that'll mean the world to me.
That's awesome. So this guy kind of just read a revolution of or he brought a new style of music and stuff. I can see, I can relate to that.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool, dude. Well, I said the word collaboration. Now, we all know, and hopefully you would agree with me, that collaboration is a big deal with music, and it can definitely help you with your chances of getting somewhere, meeting new people, maybe even getting signed. It's all about exposure at the end of the day.
Right.
What can you tell us about collaboration?
Collaboration in general?
Yeah.
It's important. It's I think the best thing about collaboration. It's been a long day.
All good.
The best thing about that is that it's like healthy competition in a way. So if you're an artist and you're working with another artist, if you're two rappers, two singers, whatever, you like, even though you want to say, oh yeah, we're best friends, but deep down inside, you want to outshine someone, and when both people
Yeah.
want to outshine each other, it brings out the best in them, and that's for
True.
artists, that's for DJs, producers. So collaboration is such a great thing for me because it brings out the best. Me and my friends sometimes we'll get like sit in a circle and we'll have one laptop and we'll have Logic open. We'll just start making beats and we'll work on the same beat and then we'll do our own thing and then we'll pass it to someone. Then they gotta add something and
It's pretty genius.
yeah. And little by little, we'll just we're building this beat and we're like, man, if you think about it, if you consider yourself a creative person, and then you got four other people that they're creative people as well, and so now you got 5 creative people and they're all working on the same project.
So you get like this conveyor belt style
Yeah,
of working on like the same thing, but everybody's gonna add their own piece.
Right.
Add a shaker here, at a high note here. They're gonna do stuff like that, and so you ultimately agree that hey, that sounds pretty dope.
I mean, if it sounds whack, I mean, we'll let the guy know. It's like, nah, try it like this or try it like that.
Yeah,
And it's
you got to be honest.
Yeah, you definitely got to be honest. And but we've made some crazy beats that that friend of mine he made this crazy beat and I wasn't sober at the moment, so I was like, man, this is awesome. And
Everybody's like that.
and the thing is that the day after whenever I was sober, I asked like, yo, play that song, that beat we were working on the same day, and it was still awesome. So that was cool.
Okay, good,
good. It wasn't the the non soberness.
I saw this like video on Facebook once. It's like when you're late at night and you've had a couple and you're making beats and it shows this dude like he has headphones on, he's staring at the screen going, oh yeah, dude, this take me to the top. And then like he wakes up in the morning and like the beats sound like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna do it right. Like, he's like, what was I thinking?
Right.
Like I've seen those moments. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know, man. I think there was another time where I wasn't sober. I was drunk, and I was listening to a beat, and my friend, he wasn't drinking that night. So he's like, and I was like, yo, I love this beat. He's like, this is trash. What are you talking? It's his own beat. And I was like, no, you're not hearing me. This is the best beat ever.
Oh my
I
God.
was so lit.
Were you able to actually go back and be like, yeah, that was pretty garbage, or do you still dig it?
I think I still dig it, just because I don't know. It's like I think the beat like just spoke to me. It was easy for me to write a song to if I wanted to,
And it was easy to be spoken to you too.
Yeah.
I got you. So back on collaboration, it brings out the best of us, and internally we do want to outshine somebody. Everybody's a little competitive here and there.
Yeah,
it's a human trait.
Competition is healthy.
Yeah. So, what collaborations have you done that you could share with us? Feel free to give any shout outs as well.
Definitely. As a DJ, man, I started off, doing my own little thing, and then I got recruited to a team of DJs, and that team, man, it was egos everywhere because I was the youngest guy. Like at that time, I was probably like only 19, and I'm DJing like in the clubs downtown, and the clubs that you can only be 21 to enter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I don't even know what I'm doing here, but I had to be doing something right. And I had my own style, my own way of mixing and blending songs together.
But that's hell of a good feeling.
And yeah, and it was cool. And the older guys, they were looking at, like I could sense the competition, but it was no competition for me.
Nice. They're looking at this kid, but this kid's already ahead of the game. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You got to stay modest too, especially when you're at the lower age level and stuff.
Yeah.
Stay modest and be respectful.
Definitely.
How many gigs do you think you've done, anyways?
Man,
I mean, if you're a weird person like me, that keeps count. But if not, what could you say you do?
I have a list. I actually do keep count, but I don't remember the number.
Oh, I got you.
I want to say around over 50.
Nice.
Between
dude.
50 and 100.
Out of all of those 50, which one was your favorite? Which one that you felt like you did the best at? Or it may not. You may not have even done the best. Maybe you just got laid afterwards. Like, what was the best one that you like?
The best one I want to say was 2010. I think it was 2010. It was a Halloween night, and man, we had like 1,000 people there.
Oh, first off, where was it?
This was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, at this club called Congo's Latin Nightclub.
All right.
And Fayetteville is the same place where J. Cole's from, and I actually met J. Cole. Like,
no way.
Yeah, before he got big, he came out to the club. It was pretty cool, man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But man, that night it was so crazy. I was so scared because I was like, man, I hope people come. And then next thing I know, it was like flooding, and I was like 1,000 people. And for me, I actually get more nervous when there's not a lot of people because you have to create the atmosphere. As opposed to the atmosphere already being there, people having fun.
Yeah.
So
you just being sprinkles to the cake that's already brewing. I get that.
Yeah. So man, but that night was so cool because even though it was me and my homie Victor, and he was like the guy that was in charge of the DJ team. He had a little too many drinks, and he was like, "Yo, you gotta take over." And I was like, "Oh man," so that means I have to sober up.
Oh boy!
And I was doing my thing though, and just the I think it's just the atmosphere was so crazy, and we had like costume competitions, and I was getting on the mic. It was cool, man.
You had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun. I could tell you my least favorite one.
Oh yeah, that actually was gonna be the next question.
Oh, nice.
Because everybody has that bad show.
Oh my gosh! All right.
And you gotta learn to take from it and be like, okay, that's not happening again.
All right, so I'm with my DJ team, and back then the team was called Fiesta 411, and basically we had Tantra nightclub, and we were about to get Congo's Latin nightclub, and so with Congo's Latin nightclub, they were just starting out, and they were like, oh, we should do a teen night, and me being the youngest guy, so they're like, oh, Moises, you should do that, go over there, and I was like, by myself, and he's like, yeah, you got it, don't worry about it. I was like, all right. And it wasn't like a high school teenager type thing. It was more like middle school. And it was so weird because I think I had already graduated. Yeah, it was in 2010. So
You've already moved on.
Yeah, so I'm like,
yeah, I know. I think we all have that little feeling. You've already graduated. You don't want to hang out with high school kids now.
And that's the thing. They were middle school kids.
Oh.
It was so kind of like freshmen and middle school.
Okay.
I was like, all
right. That changes it up, man.
It was so awkward. So I was DJing. I was mixing. You know, I was doing what I was supposed to do, but I wasn't talking on the mic. And this was before I could before I learned how to like talk on the mic and basically MC the crowd and talk to the crowd. And
it's a middle school crowd too. Exactly. You probably don't have to mix much. If anything, just play the Cupid Shuffle, and then every now and then just play like Rihanna, something like that. You don't even have to mix much.
The thing is that the owner of the club was there, and he was breathing down my neck, and he was texting my boss, really, Victor. He was like, yo, man, this kid sucks. He's not getting on the mic. And Victor was texting me. He's like, yo, what are you doing? Get on the mic. And I was like, what am I supposed to say to these little kids? Like, where my sexy ladies at? Like, what the hell? It was so weird. That was the worst.
But did you get on the mic?
I got on the mic, but mind you, this was before.
Where's the soda pop at?
Where's the soda pop at? The bar is closing. Get your soda.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with on your side. What do you? Let's see. At the club. Okay, so this was at a club.
It was a nightclub.
Okay, but we have middle school kids in the nightclub.
Yeah. And they opened it just for that teen night.
So imagine it. We have a club going on, and they're pretty generous, and they want a very, very big crowd, basically. So why not open up for the kids? I get that. I totally get that. Middle school kids going through puberty, trying to figure out what they like themselves. Totally get it. But what do you say to a couple of
middle school kids,
13, 14, 15-year-olds, and were they dancing at least? Like
they were dancing? Yeah.
I'm curious. What was the vibe? Like what were you able to pick up from them?
It was. I mean, imagine a school dance, but without the chaperones.
Okay.
And it wasn't that many. It wasn't even that many people. It had to be like probably 30 kids there. Man. So it was a rough night, man. It was a rough night, and that made me look bad in front of the owner. But I regained my name back after.
I was about to say, did the owner at least like you? Like at the end of the day, were you good with the owner?
at the end of the day, my Victor, the guy in charge, he had to talk to him like, yo, he's give him another chance. He's just a kid. He's just starting in the nightclubs, but he's good at mixing. And then over time, man, I get on the mic. I'm crazy on the mic.
Good, dude.
Yeah, I could definitely control a crowd.
That's a good skill to have, especially for being a DJ.
It's crazy because I'm so quiet. I'm a quiet person. And,
really?
Yeah.
But you open up. You shine when you're behind the desk. Definitely. I got you.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Freaking. Oh yeah, like throwing in you need curveballs like that. Having those tough rough edges gigs. You need those. Because they shaping you out and it's gonna make you better. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So. My worst gig, we played in 10-degree weather, and being a drummer and stuff, you don't know how many drum fills I did just to stay warm. For what time we have left, I won't get into it, but nasty gig. But it's shaping me up. It taught me a lot of things, and it definitely had me to open my eyes going, okay, that's not going to happen.
Right.
Gonna get more details about the show.
Yeah.
I don't care if there will be a dog show and a chili contest. I'm not going to be there, okay?
Exactly.
I definitely know that type of style. But we all have those roughers. So we're going to speed things up a little bit here. And let's talk about a little bit of challenges. Because as we know, for whatever you do, especially in the music industry, you're going to run into blocks and you're going to run into these holes. Moises, what's a challenge that you run in often?
A challenge that I run into often is honestly I want to say finding artists that I want to work with, like local artists, because there's a lot of guys that they want to rap, they want to sing or whatever they want to do, but they're not as passionate as they should be for someone to take them serious. That's a huge problem for me. I know there's a lot of I don't know. I feel like all the good singers. They don't voice it. They're not loud with it. They're really humble with it. Really? And all the bad singers oh yeah, I sing or I rap, and I was like, okay,
that makes sense.
And it's such a crazy way. It's a crazy thing because you're looking for these people, but all you run into is people that they're not really ready to take it seriously, as opposed to the ones that are taking it seriously. That's what they're doing. They're taking it seriously and they're just staying quiet. They're low key with it.
I got an example of that. I'm in the show production major at Full Sail, and we did this thing where it's called live shows, and basically it has to be a band. Bands sign up and they play for it. In return, it gives students experience to mix bands, have lights on them, video them, mess with the audio, stuff like that, giving them minor wedges and all that. And the thing is, the students and the teachers, it's just a band booking themselves online. How they get paid is that we record them and then we give them raw footage we get to record them visually and audibly.
Right.
So sometimes we get these, how do I put this? We get these newbies, these young kids sometimes, and people who don't have much experience on stage.
Right.
And when they come into the entire environment where they get on this 2-foot stage and this 15 freaking inch drum riser, it's kind of exciting to be on stage. Granted, they don't have an audience, but they don't need it because they're being recorded. They got multiple camera angles. They got everything they need. Not a lot of bands get this experience.
Right.
But when you get these new kids on here, it's so cringy because when you're freaking monitors and you ask them, hey, what do you want in your monitor wedge? And they go, oh, nothing. It's do you know what that does, man? And when they tell you, I'll be honest now, what is this big black box? Okay, well, if you want to hear your band, that's what comes out of it.
Right.
Okay, not everything just flows in you. This isn't your apartment where you practice the whole time. So I can see there, it's just really cringy. These artists, they really don't know what they're doing. They don't have the experience yet. But that's how they do it, of course. Getting on stage, getting behind people. But I know what you mean on that. Especially the loud ones, too. They want to be noticed, but they don't know. They're not good at their craft yet.
Exactly.
So you challenge itself, back to your thing, you challenge yourself is just finding worthy enough just artists, huh?
Yeah, worthy enough artists. Not even worthy, but someone that's willing to put in the time and the dedication to, maybe if they're not ready for that, they could allow themselves to be coached by someone that could make them, produce them really, and make them sound better than ever before. that's definitely one thing. Another thing for me is when it comes to mixing, like mixing songs, and not as a DJ, but as a mix engineer, different types of music. Like honestly, I love rock music, I love pop music, I love all types of music, but I mainly personally listen to hip hop, Latin, and a little bit of EDM. So if I get a rock song, automatically I'm like, this kick and bass is not loud enough for me.
I got
but
you.
when I'm starting to learn, it's like the main thing is not really. I mean, yeah, it's the kick, but it's the guitars as well. And that's one thing that I mean, it's a challenge. I'm learning and I'm getting better at it to basically distinguish how each type of music is really supposed to sound, and try to just avoid, you know, going into like a rock or a country song with a hip hop or EDM mentality.
I got you. And Full Sail is definitely helping you with that type
definitely.
too. Yeah, being in the RA classes, you're in the studio all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
I got you. All right, well, Moises, let's go and talk about a little bit of your social media before we go and wrap this up. What do you have out there on the internet, man?
Man, I'm addicted to social media.
For music-wise, that's a good thing.
Yeah, definitely it is. Thank God. Facebook, I want to say it's official. It's facebook.com/official Deejay Moises, and that's DeeJayMoises. Instagram, Deejay Moises. That's again DeeJay
Write this down.
Moises. I had to be different, so I don't put the D and the J. I
totally get it. That's how you stand out, man.
Yeah, so
that's good marketing.
That's just that. I got Twitter too, but honestly, when I upload something to Instagram, I just send it to Twitter as well.
I got you. Yeah. So if you got me on the Insta, you got me on the Twitter.
Yeah.
I get it. You got any SoundCloud, YouTube, anything like that as well?
SoundCloud/Deejay Moises, DeeJayMoises.
Gotcha.
Yes. Sir.
Anything else?
That's it for now. Google me.
Google me. I got you. Well, I'll be sure to put those in the description so everybody can find you for sure. All right, Moises, before we wrap this up, I just got one last question for you. For the people that watch the show, you know, they may be just like you, you know, they're trying to get, you know, their name into somewhere, hopefully working for somebody big. But what advice can you give to all of these rappers, artists, singers, everybody that's listening, you know? They don't even have to be that. But what advice can you give, you know, from your perspective?
You got to have passion for it. If you're in it for the money, if you're in it for the wrong reasons, you're not going to last long. You're going to waste your time. And definitely want to have passion for it, stay dedicated, and be able to accept criticism, because that's what helps you. You know, if you want to just stay, you know, listening to your own music inside your room, then that's cool. But in order for you to get out there, and this is for anyone, DJ, artist, producer, anyone, you need to listen to your audience. And if they say, "Oh, I don't like that," or "It sounds different," or "You should try this," don't give any attitude or anything like that. Just try it out. You never know.
Exactly. You got to appeal to people, man.
Exactly. Yep.
So you got to love it. You got to be it. And I think that's a basic rule. If you want to do something like this, you know, that's like trying to become a pro golfer or just, you know, want to be a lawyer. You got to like it, dude.
Exactly.
Don't be in it for the money. At the long run, are you going to wake up and you're going to like what you do?
Right. Because money could buy happiness. Yeah. Actually, I saw a meme. It said,
I love memes.
It said, if people say money doesn't buy happiness, well, if that's the case, just transfer your money to me.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
Just send me the checks.
Yeah, send me the checks.
At the end of the day, yeah, money can get you a lot of stuff and it can get you far.
Well, passion gets you further.
Exactly. You know, I don't care how much you're making, dude. I don't care if you're the president, dude. If you don't like it, you're going to hate it.
You're going to be so miserable.
So, yeah, I don't care how big your pockets are. You're going to hate it at the end of the day. So, thank you for the advice, Moises.
Yeah,
DJ Moises. I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you guys. This is pretty cool.
Once again, I'm just glad to have you guys with us.
Definitely.
So, guys, that was KirbKast. Thank you for tuning in. DJ Moises, I appreciate you coming in for us and, you know, share some time with you. Thank you. I know you just got out of class, so appreciate you on your tight schedule for squeezing with us.
It's good.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening. This is Kirby Frell, and I'm signing out. Peace.